Technical.
Hello, everybody. This is Gray Paladin and my good buddy Darth Paradigm.
Hello.
Welcome to our first harvest soundboard discussion / review. This should be fun. So I am interested to hear your thoughts. I kind of saw like what you did in your videos, and mine was like really short and brief. So this will be pretty good that we get to talk about this and see what's going on. But before we get too far into all that, we of course have to kick our discussion off with a toast. I went to Waterloo yesterday, and they actually have their own brewery there too. So I got a nice thing of Waterloo beer to enjoy. Wait for the pop.
I hate to say it, but that's the beer of losers.
What? Well, it depends on what side you're on. It's great for Wellington, but maybe not so much for Napoleon.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think I just saw a documentary on the whole thing probably within a year ago, and the interesting story. I like military history.
Love military history. Are you
I think you should. Considering your line of work, sort of.
Well, even prior to that, I was really into it.
Yeah. My line of work has nothing to do with military history, nor is anybody interested in it where I work. But wherever I can sneak it in, I will. Mm-hmm. So, first harvest, huh?
First harvest, yeah. So already you have 2 sabers that are first harvest,
and
which is pretty impressive. I mean, I think you kind of got them both like in the course of a week, right?
Yeah, within 3 days, 2 or 3 days. It was interesting. The Redeemer, which I have right here. The Redeemer arrived on a Wednesday, I think, or Thursday. Yeah, I don't know. And then the Oracle arrived on either Thursday
or 2 days ago.
Yeah. And the Redeemer came by the post office. The Oracle came via FedEx, so that was a little bit unusual.
Looks like we already got some folks starting to join us here. That's great. Hello, everybody. Gray Paladin and Darth Paradigm. We, of course, have... Actually, what is your selection? Mine, since I was at Waterloo, I am drinking Waterloo Triple Blonde beer.
Mine's pretty much one of my go-tos. Big Cranky. One of my boo-boo beers. Get lit.
Let me just go ahead and... Tick this across the board. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Come by. So you have you had your intro. You figured out how to get your intro to work. You've got background music.
Yeah. Oh, it's not too intrusive or loud, is it? The music.
No, it makes me feel like I'm in a rather swanky movie.
Yeah, so this is our I'll bring it down just another clip. This is our little it's our lightsaber lounge.
Yes, it's lightsaber lounge music. Star Wars, wonderful. Whatever he says.
All right, so as far as first harvest goes, before we really dive into it, I think we should both just start by saying, overall, I like it. You?
I do like it. Yeah, I mean it's better than what I had previously, especially with the
Yeah.
review.
Well, absolutely. Well, speaking of which, I just did my review. I was really trying to catch up on reviews today, so I knocked out 4 of them. I was
Whoa.
getting ready to upload one, and that's why I was a little behind getting logged in here. But the second one I just finished editing, but I haven't uploaded it yet. But I'm just going to try to knock out these reviews because next week I'm actually going to be touring the Czech Republic because for work we have a series of concerts and things. So I'm trying to get ahead so that way, even while I'm gone, I can still put out some content. But one of the reviews that I did was of the Redeemer, the Mark III from Saberforge. And Scott, I have to say, it felt weird because this is actually the first negative review I've ever done. It really felt weird. And I had to apologize in the video, but as I was talking through it, like I first got started, I was enthusiastic about it. But then as I was going over the details of the hilt and everything else, I just thought, I really don't care for this saber. Yeah. One, being electronics, but 2, there's other aspects of it as well, like the shoddy data card that's on there, and just I think those thin neck hilts like Luke's and Obi-Wan's look really good, but I don't like using them. They're just not
Well, they're really meant to be
or practical sabers,
and they're meant to be pretty, and they're not very practical. But then again, they never were. I mean,
they weren't supposed to be. I mean,
when you think about it, I mean this essentially is a grenade. This was like, I think the like some part of an engine where like fuel came out. I'm not sure what the neck was. I mean, all of this was just cobbled together to look cool on the scene, and very practical for the time. And it doesn't really translate usually to a functional saber. Now that being said, I have my what the hell is that thing called? My Corbin, my Luke Super, whatever they call it, superhero, whatever they call it, the LS6. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the thing that has Profi in it. Now that thing is a very, very spry saber. It's very comfortable in the hand. It swings around. It's light. It's nimble, and actually feels like you could actually
rather spry.
Yeah, it's a very. I'm behind on my reviews too, but I really enjoy that hill. I wish I could remember what the hell the thing's called. But
speaking of Dark Wolf, who just jumped in, another one of the reviews that I did today was the Dark Wolf Saber's Incendious. Sorry, and I really enjoyed reviewing that hilt because it's such a nice hilt. The 18 windows on the emitter, the size, the length, the girth, like everything of that saber just feels good. So even though I had a negative review for the Saberforge Redeemer, I had a very positive review that I got to do, which was the Incendious from Dark Wolf. So appreciate that. Yeah, all sabers did an amazing job. I agree. But when you pair that with the Dark Wolf LGT Golden Harvest core, and it's just peanut butter and jelly. It's just a perfect match together, Oh, from Canada. Was it BC? Is it British Columbia? Yep.
So I wanted to say, in regards to your review of the Redeemer, which obviously I haven't seen because it isn't out yet, the electronics really went very, very far to making it just a nightmarish experience. But once you get a decent soundboard in here, it's not half bad. The key is you don't even bother with this thing, because once you start swinging this thing around, this thing
it's gone.
And it's not functional. But the tactile switch they have on here is very responsive. The recharge port works. Everything's fine once you get rid of this thing. And it's a heavy thing, and it's not terribly comfortable. But it's
Correct.
This
is what I find challenging about that hilt and Luke Skywalker hilts. I get it that it was for a movie and it's designed to look good, and those hilts look very good. But you also have to put yourself and immerse yourself in the lore of Star Wars, and you're thinking, okay, Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi fought with these things, and I'm thinking, how did they do it when it's so uncomfortable? So the logic in me, it's like it's this horrible tug of war of, it looks good and I get it's for the movies, but at the same time it's not really practical, so how did the characters use it?
At least with the Redeemer, I mean, I feel like maybe you have a shot, but I have that Vader, the one that I got from Sabermock there. I mean, unless you're throwing it at your opponent, the thing's just such a brick. It's so heavy and cumbersome, and the control box is completely impossible to work around. It's literally like holding a pine cone with like blades sticking out of it. It's
that's an accurate description. Pine cone with blades.
You get something like this in your hand, and well, you're good to go, because there's really nothing to.
Yeah.
There's nothing uncomfortable about that. And then, of course, you have this. I'm just showing this to you.
I'm going to take a couple of comparisons here. Like you said, you've got this, which barely has room for your hand, and as soon as you start swinging it, you're probably going to, bleed out from packing your hand on this control box. But
there's something to hold on to down here. I mean, you grip this,
and that's kind of okay if you can get past the cover tech, which doesn't bother me too much. But even still, it's just it's not great. But then when you get something like the Bendu Armory, like this curve down here, I did a review on this too, and two-handed grip on this is just amazing. And then the Incendious, I mean. The world is your oyster with this thing. I have a leather wrap I'm going to put on this, and I still want to blue the emitter. But I mean, this right here, you just can't go wrong because it's so meaty and comfortable.
So two things. My Obsidian is in hilt, because I bought that thing specifically if I get a chance to duel. And that thing is one of the most. The thing's literally designed for dueling. That's my Dooku. Like, I have the same exact thing, only with its baselit, and the thing's amazing. As far as the Incendious, did you ever speak to the guy that I found on Facebook?
Yes, I did. The problem is I have the aluminum hilt, and he said that aluminum doesn't react to heat like chrome does. So you can blue it with heat with the chrome hilt, but since I have the aluminum, he says I have to think of an alternative, possibly paint. So I'm going to look into doing that. I know it may not look as authentic, but I still want to go for it because I think it'll still look good to have something on there. So now that we've covered all those things, let's get to the topic. The steel, yes, that's correct. Let's get to the topic at hand. So let's whip out our first harvest sabers here. Mine, I installed an RGB and a Saberforge Desert Warrior. And Scott, you have.
This is an RGB. It's a Saberforge Oracle, an older version. You can tell by the weird ass emitter on this thing.
So, initial thoughts for both of us. We both said that we like it. I think
one thing.
Yeah.
Just to begin, I have a kill key right here. Not needed.
So do I. I just haven't pulled it yet.
This thing goes into
The monster.
you don't really need it. I mean, it goes to sleep on its own. I mean, you kind of do, but it does. It does. The power drain is negligible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. That's one of the things I like about it.
All right, later, Dark Wolf. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Thanks. See ya.
So, I think when it comes to like the base features of this thing, so we know we've got our smooth swing, which is huge. We've got our blaster deflection. We've got our lockup. We have force abilities, color change because we both got the RGB on these, and all 10 of the stock Saberforge fonts, which I like all of them. I've always appreciated those fonts. Of all of that stuff. And at a good price. Like I bought the board for $40. The install is what, $184 if you do it through Saberforge. But I feel like that's relatively reasonable price for what you get. I think the only downsides to this board, only ones that I can think of, and it's a huge one for me. It's not a deal breaker, but I do miss it, and that's the accent swings. And I'm really surprised they didn't put regular swings when that's kind of all they had when these sound fonts were first created. So there's that, and then of course customization. But honestly, the customization doesn't bother. I don't need other fonts. The 10 that are on here, I think check all the boxes. It suits your mood. I'm good with that. It's just the accent swings. Man, I do miss those.
And a couple other things is the fact that you do have blade effects. Like different blade effects. And you get to customize each sound font to the blade effects and the color that you want.
And the color, yeah. There's a memory bank in there.
The only thing that's universal, I think, is probably the volume. The volume.
But the volume is different from what we've seen before, because I kind of like that fine-tune rotate to get to the volume you want.
Yeah.
I don't think the spectrum is very large, but at least I like that fine-tuning of the volume.
Yeah, I tend to just kind of put the thing right to my ear and kind of turn it. The thing is, this here, let me show you this. The speaker on here is quite nice. It's a good quality speaker, but the speaker is set back, and I find the acoustics of this isn't the greatest. So it's not the loudest Saber. And without accent swings, you really kind of notice that when you're missing those accent swings, that really is killer. And that's why I brought this out as a counterpoint. The flight has the accent swings.
Yep.
All the sound fonts that I've put on here have the accent swings. You only have 6 sound fonts, and you can customize this. I mean, we will agree that this is the superior board, but for what you can get from Saberforge, this is a lot better than what they used to have. And here's my other counterpoint: this is what the better was.
Yeah. But honestly, though, yours, I think, is better than that legacy thing that we got in the Redeemer. I just felt like that was a total I feel like that's better than the legacy.
I would take this any day of the week over that legacy veteran. That thing was probably one of the worst soundboards. I mean, it is the worst soundboard that Saberforge has ever, and pardon my language, shat out. I've never hated any of the soundboards that Saberforge has put out, even the ones that just had one sound font or only had 2 sound. All their iterations, I liked some. For some, I can live with all of them, but that thing was awful.
Yeah, I put the swing sensitivity of mine on 7, and it's still just garbage. But if I put it all the way up to 9, it's just so unrealistic. it's terrible. And I'm very honest in my review of that. I just don't think it's good. But this first harvest board is a huge step from that.
Well, the first harvest, when you swing the saber, it sounds like you're swinging a lightsaber. Whatever the legacy veteran soundboard did to the sound fonts, it was butchering.
Yeah.
What should have been, and I don't understand why, because my Redeemer, I mean, listen to the Redeemer. It has the same speaker, you know?
The master.
This sounds great for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It did not sound like that before, not with the legacy. I mean, it was literally like it might as well be a Storm Saber.
Yeah, the legacy is just garbage. It's garbage. It's not good. That's all we can say. Now, I had a question because I thought I heard this in your video, and at first I thought it was just my first harvest board. But sometimes when you power it on and you start swinging, does it sound like a little gritty, almost like a little bit of a growl sometimes? Yeah. So now hearing yours do that makes me think that, okay, that's the board, but it doesn't do it all the time. It's just sometimes you turn it on and it has this extra growl, and then you swing it again and it's completely smooth like normal.
That's something that sort of happens with the diadium 3 on Electrum Sabercraft's hilts. You'll be swinging around, all of a sudden the sound will get grainy, and it goes away. And it's not a deal breaker. I mean, it's just sort of.
No, I mean, it doesn't bother me. I was just. Well, here's the thing. Like when I installed the Saber, I thought, is there something I did wrong? Did I mess up the board? But then when I heard yours do it, then I knew that, okay, it's just the board. It's not something that I did.
So you're talking about when I unboxed my my Oracle?
Yeah. When I heard you swinging it, I heard that little bit of grit and growl.
Okay, so the little demo that I did at the end of the video, kind of, yeah, probably. I was so shocked when I, on a side note, when they sent me RGB for this thing. That was such a wonderful surprise. Saberforge really. I mean, the whole experience was really. I don't. It was a bad experience, but it just ended with them bending over backwards to make it right. Saberforge bent over backwards to make my situation right. And few companies will actually do that for me, you know.
And honestly, I was glad that happened because you were getting a bit dark with that Redeemer upgrade stuff. And I thought, is Paradigm forsaking Saberforge now? And then when this happened and I saw that video, and I thought, okay, phew, saving grace, they still got him. You know?
I had thought, like, just before I received my my Oracle, the thought had crossed my mind that what they meant when they said that they were going to give me a free gift was, I was thinking, does that mean they're just going to update my soundboard? I mean, that's what they did with my Dissident. And it seems to be something that they do to make good on situations. I think they realized that like a simple upgrade of a soundboard, like it's a $40 soundboard, can go a long way to to making things right. And it definitely did. I mean, like I said, a lot of other companies won't do that, you know. And some of them, I mean, some stores, I won't mention any other names, but I've had other places that have come through for me in a similar fashion, and I've had other stores, which I will name, the Patch Store, who just, they don't care. They do not care. I don't know what it is, but their attitude is.
It's interesting because both you and Zach of Darth Raven's Nerd Nest, and
His
among others,
experience is way worse than
have
mine.
all had some form of bad experience with the Pox store. But my experiences with them have always been positive, and I've spoken directly or messaged directly with Aaron from the Pox store. He was very friendly. He's commented on my videos of reviews and things that I've done and said that they were good. And he's accommodated me. Like one time I said I didn't want the blade, and but the sites charged me anyway, so he reimbursed me like the same day, and then gave me a discount on my next order. So it's just tough. And Grant, I don't know if these companies play favorites or they know that who some of the YouTubers are and try to throw them a bone. I don't know, but I feel like they've treated me well. But I haven't ordered from them in over a year though. So
I admit that there might be a little bit of that with some of the companies that I've dealt with. I mean, which is, it's nice because we're not affiliated with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other channels have just gotten affiliated with companies left, right, and center. But we stay kind of neutral because I want to have the freedom to just say, hey, this saber was a piece of crap. Don't buy it.
Yeah.
Or, I'm generally upbeat about most of the sabers that I review. It takes a lot for me to hate something,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
We've all had our issues and things with Saberforge, but I feel like Saberforge, as much as they sometimes make you want to hate them, they never really fully make you cross over to that, because they usually make it up somewhere in there. And I just think their business practices now, like they're taking steps that say that, hey, we care about the quality of our product, like doing something like the First Harvest Soundboard. I mean, they could have very easily stuck with the Saber Core or whatever they had, but they went to Sabertec and says, hey, we love this Golden Harvest. Can you create something for us that's a little bit more affordable that we can put in our lower tier sabers, or a lower tier option for those who don't want to necessarily go full on? And I think it's cool. I had no idea the Sabertec was even developing the First Harvest board until Saberforge was like, hey, we're doing mystery boxes, and here's our new veteran tier. And I'm like, oh, what's this? Smooth Swing? Cool.
Which led us down the path of adventure. Now, the only thing Saberforge I have to question them about is the threaded blade system.
And that's going to be our next discussion, because we both got it with the Redeemer.
It's weird. It's just odd. I don't know. Well, if you want to kick off the discussion.
Well, I did it in my review, but I'm going to go ahead and say a little bit about it now too. And actually, I probably could just share a portion of that review, because I'm not going to be able to post it for another week or two anyway, because I'm going to do my Bindu Armory first, and my Elegant Weapons next.
While you're prepping that, I will say that I don't completely hate it, but it is like, if you look right at the base of the blade, this extra junk that you see is probably one of the biggest dings.
And that's one of the things that I commented on. Yeah.
The other thing is this, obviously, one of the issues with the upgrade for this was I was trying to upgrade this to full RGB with the First Harvest. They wouldn't allow me to do that because you can't do that with a thin neck, because this threaded blade system just utilizes one LED. Now, that being said, I had said to them, this is Obi-Wan saber, so a single color is fine. All right, let's watch your video.
All right, here we go. Can you hear it okay?
Not really.
Putting it in, you don't need the Allen wrench. You can just
How about now?
screw it right in, and you're done. It's ready to go. You could secure the retention screw here, but it's not necessary.
I do secure mine.
If you're paranoid, yeah, go ahead. Tighten it. What I don't like about this, too, is you can see the LED copper heatsink is screwed into the blade, but the diffusion film doesn't go all the way down to the LED. So you've got this kind of space here, about an inch and a half here of space where there's no diffusion film and there's no LED. And even then, with it all screwed all the way, you can still kind of see the copper sticking up at the top. So I'm going to fire this up.
I think they have to fill this all up with glue.
Right, but you can see the glue that they use to secure the diffusion film right about here. And you can see that gap or that space that I just showed you earlier when the light was off. That space there, you can still see that when it's lit. Just with the camera and how bright the light is, it's not showing that. But to your naked eye, it's very obvious. And honestly, it gets loud.
Yeah, it's sloppy.
As far as brightness goes, yeah.
Yeah, it's sloppy. It doesn't look good, you know.
It's definitely bright.
Yeah.
It's a lot brighter than it was. I kind of like when you take the blade out with that pin that they have in there. It almost looks like, I mean, you obviously don't need a blade plug because there's no LEDs to protect. And it kind of looks like maybe how an emitter might look when the saber's turned off. But those positives are they're slight. they're digging at most, digging deep. It's a very strange system that they've adopted. It doesn't make much sense to me, other than the fact that the blade depth isn't deep enough, and they're trying to look for an alternative to just having that much blade depth and having the possibility of someone dueling with those heavy blades. I mean, the blades, what do they call the Infinity V4 blades? Are terribly heavy.
Yeah, they are heavy.
I don't use them. I use it with this because I have to. But as far as I'm concerned, they've always been too heavy, even for dueling.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're tough, they're durable, but they're not exactly fun to swing. It's a workout.
give me a Vader's Vault blade any day of the week. You know.
Yeah, I really like Saber Trio. Saber Trio blades are my jam.
Yeah, I mean they are phenomenal. They really are. I mean, hell, I'll take a.
Last Christmas, I ordered 3 just so I can have them in stock because it took a while. I think it took a month or 2 just to get those 3 blades. But when to me, it's worth it because I really like their blades. Oh, yeah, let's put a little cheers up there.
Oh, yeah. Cheers. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just ignite the what I've been using on my Oracle for just the basic setup. I've got each sound font kind of like customized, but
Dark side relic.
that's one of my favorite sound fonts. This Dark Side Relic, and it's mostly because of this.
The master.
It's such a cool sound font.
See, I have the grid on mine right now.
What do you have yours on?
This is the master, but it's on that kind of rough, growly. Now I'm sure if I turn it off, and then fire it up again, it's probably going to be gone. No, it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe you have
it's
to
weird.
cycle through the sound fonts and reboot it, you know?
Maybe.
Cyber assassin.
Yeah, now it's gone. Yeah. It really sucks because I like all of these sound fonts, but we don't have the accent swings. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my only negative to the Force Harbor soundboard. Other than that, I think it's a really good soundboard. And for $40, I mean, think about it. You get a $70 apprentice hilt, and then you tag on the 184 for the First Harvest veteran tier. You've got a decent saber, for well under $300, and now you're at a point where you go to LGT and you're paying $400 now for these sabers. And I almost feel like I would take the First Harvest over the Eco Smooth Swing board that LGT offers.
You can go and you can pick up an apprentice and throw in the veteran tier, the First Harvest, and spend anywhere from like $100 to $150 less for a similar tier LGT, which is just odd. It really is.
Yeah.
And the thing is like I'm not sure what kind of chassis system they've got going on in here, but they do use something. That keeps it protected.
I already kind of glued mine in, but I think I've got another one over here. Yeah. So they kind of use this where they slide the battery in, the speaker goes down there, and then the board is on top, and then you run your wires through to go up to the board. So, and actually, when I did the First Harvest, I know you're not into installs, so you didn't watch the video, but I reused the chassis that it came with originally, and it worked perfectly for putting in the upgrade.
Well, at least we're trying to protect the electronics, and the electronics that they took out of my Oracle when they sent them back to me, I was taking a look at that, and it was kind of a chassis, similar to what you showed me, with the battery in there. Soundboard was on the top, and they had wrapped it in like a blue sheath that kind of backsealed it.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I felt like it was highly protected, and no harm was going to come to that, and it was well done. I mean, in fact, that's too easy. I can actually. Where is it? That was under. I'll just do this and hit that. And here. Okay. So I can share this real quick because I think I'm not going to do the sound or anything, but you'll be able to see kind of what I was talking about here. And this is why I like having timestamps, because I can just click that and it just goes right to the next thing. It's thinking, but once it loads, what? Okay.
No!
I know. Hold on. Where was that under installs and tutorials? Yes. Boom. There we go. Try again. I don't think it wants to play over here.
Will play.
Play for us.
I want to have a discussion about accent swings after
we see this, yeah.
Or not.
I know, right? Well, anyway. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. They had this kind of blue shrink wrap over it. And I personally thought that it looked really good. And it kept everything secure. I felt like there was not going to be an issue or a problem with any of that stuff.
I'm just
So
gonna grab it. If I can get this thing open. There we go. Alright. So here's what we have. We have all the wiring coming out of here. You've got your battery down here. The card is here, and then the speaker is also secured. It's all just wrapped in this vacuum seal kind of plasticing, and then they use this Velcro to kind of
keep it from sliding around inside the hill. Yeah,
and that's why it gets to be a little tricky, because you have to have enough room to be able to kind of pull it away from the Velcro to slide it out. But I mean, considering that it's just a mass-produced sort of process from a company that probably has to train people quickly to do this.
But is it mass-produced though? I don't think those are. I don't think those are. I mean,
well, I mean, relatively speaking, compared to like Rob at Justice Sabers, he'll do like maybe 5 sabers a week. I don't know how many he does, but these guys probably do like 20 or 30, I would imagine.
and I'm still holding out for him and that bad axe. Honestly, I'm almost afraid to say
it's gonna happen.
But I think once I get a bad axe, I'm probably gonna be done buying new sabers.
The only saber that I plan on getting, the only thing I really want is other than a bad axe, which I don't think I can really afford, I'd really like to get a speeder with the weathering.
Yeah, that's nice.
I do want a speeder. I just want to put that Son of Corellia sound font in there and just and enjoy that. I need another Genesis custom saber in my collection. But bad axe, yeah, that's in the cards too.
And that's what K-Sith uses for a lot of his demos is a bad axe.
Yeah. So going to smooth swing, or accent swing.
Accent swing, yeah.
The thing is, you get your 10 sound fonts on here. There's no accent swings. Fine. I mean, it's functional as is. It's economical. You can't customize the sound font. This is just sort of a solid state situation where you get what you get. Now, the thing is, with like a Xenopixel, you can customize the sound fonts. You can swap them out. You can customize them. You install a CFX sound font onto the Xenopixel board. But the accent swings don't work. And for a board that's designed to work with NeoPixel, I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it really should have the capability of dealing with these files. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
the flight does it.
I'm just very confused, and just going back to Turtle Helm here too. It really confuses me as to why they don't have accent swings. And now that I think about it, I'm wondering if that's like a gimmick to really get you to pay the extra price for the Golden Harvest, so that way you can get that. Because we already know that those basic sound fonts started with just having regular swings, and it's not that hard to put it in there. So it just really, it blows my mind that they don't offer that for the first harvest. Almost to a point where, like, I don't think Sabertec would willingly leave that out unless it was a request for Saberforge to say, hey, no, we don't need that. If they want the accent swings, they can pay the extra for the Golden Harvest.
Well, what you're suggesting is a really shrewd move
Absolutely.
It's not completely unexpected when you consider that people are probably in a boardroom or having a meeting on Skype and they're talking about these things. I mean, you don't want to have something that's so good that it just kind of, makes people not want to have the Golden Harvest BP. But the Golden Harvest BP stands on its merits. It's such a good soundboard. I don't know.
But think about it. First Harvest essentially almost does just about what the Golden Harvest does, without all the extra bells and whistles and customizations.
Well, yeah,
so I'll be honest. Like if I thought the First Harvest had the accent swings, when I order a hilt from Saberforge, I would probably just default to the veteran tier all the time now. But now knowing this, I don't think I'll ever order a veteran tier saber new now. I think I'm just going to go straight for the Golden Harvest, just because I know that now it doesn't have accent swings. To me, it's important because when I swing it, I like feeling that extra rush and aggression of that accent, and when it's not there, it's a bit disappointing. It's less satisfying. I still like it. It's just less satisfying. Yeah, just like those old Profi default fonts, like the Rogue Commander and stuff. Those didn't have accent swings, and to me, I never used them because I just didn't think they sounded good. So if they could fix that and give me some accent swings.
I think for me, I agree with you 100%. Like, of all of the elements of a saber, the accent swings are probably one of the things I enjoyed the most.
Mm-hmm.
When you swing that saber and it just kind of goes,
it doesn't feel realistic.
Wonk, and it has that thing at the end of it where it's like I don't know. It's just it really is. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
It doesn't feel realistic when the accents aren't there. I'm sorry. It does.
It's the one thing I think on this board is that's just an oversight.
That is the single only negative I have for the First Harvest board is that we don't have the accents. That's it. Yeah. I have no other complaints. It is indeed
a good array of sound fonts, light side, dark side, functional.
It's a good sound font. Everything else is there. But no accents.
Let me just demo for. Hold on.
Cyber assassin.
All right, so I've got fulcrum here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I have my flight set to fulcrum as well. So. It's just a swing. Now, hold on. Hear it? It's that extra layer. It's that added realism.
Yeah, and you need it, you need it. And that's why Nano Biscotti V4 and 3 feel so good, because you have all accent swings that are responsive. I would rather have, honestly, I would take a Nano Biscotti, an NBV4 over a smooth swing with no accent. I'd rather have responsive accent and no smooth than all smooth and no accent. Like,
Yeah.
prime example. I can put the two back to back now.
It sounds so good.
Like, I'm swinging, but I'm not getting anything. You know. It's less satisfying.
I think we've made our point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you get into CSX and like. It's the full experience. It's the full Soundboard experience. Has to have the whole oral range covered, and this just doesn't. It just falls flat.
Yeah.
And
this is why I say First Harvest is a good board, but it's not quite a home run because they missed that very important detail of accent slings. Now, for me, force sound effects and things, I would rather give that up and just have accent slings, because let's face it, how much I'm swinging the saber more than I'm doing force pushes and hearing rocks fall or hearing lightning strike. So if they could get rid of the force effects so that they can develop more of the accent swings, I would rather have that than what they currently did. But again, great board. It's just not a home run because of the accents.
So that's definitely a consideration that I think they should take in mind for whether their next generation of soundboards is. They can't underestimate certain things, like accent swings are very, very important to the community. It's just, well, at least I like to think that you and I represent a good demographic of the saber community,
Yeah.
And I think it's very important.
Now, and I've really had I have a lot of thoughts on this. Zen Zombie, says, why is the champion tier only available in a single color? And to me, that makes no sense, because you've got the same soundboard, but you are charging that's capable of doing NeoPixel and RGB, but you're saying it's only single color. And then for $20 more or however, then you can get all the extra colors. To me, that makes zero sense. What I think the champion tier should be, let's face it, at this point, single color sabers shouldn't even be an option anymore, period. RGB is really not that more expensive than having a single LED. So I think they should have their First Harvest Veteran tier. I think champion tier should be an RGB Golden Harvest, and then just make the hero tier straight up NeoPixel. I think that should be the tiers. Having a single color champion, then saying you can go hero, RGB, or NeoPixel doesn't make any sense to me. Just drop the single color altogether, and then just make First Harvest, RGB Golden, and then Hero Pixel Golden.
Maybe it's because one of the staples of their their business model is always to have these single colors. Maybe they're just
leave that
trying to appeal
that with the warrior tier. If you want to go stunt saber, then you can go single color. But there's no reason to have single color and sound, and not even flash on flash.
Single color and sound, though. And they're trying to accommodate everybody. They're trying to have a menu option that covers all the bases, but at the same time, it doesn't really make 100% sense to those of us that go to their website and we go, well, I want RGB, but I want champion tier, but I don't want NeoPixel. I want something I can do with, but you can't do that. That's a big gap.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense. And people always argue, well, I get a richer color and more brightness out of a single color LED. Me personally,
No.
if you measure the lumens or whatever, yeah, maybe. But the naked eye, when I have an RGB saber that I set to blue, it doesn't seem any less bright to me than having a blue white or a blue single color LED. And also, if I'm going to be swinging this stuff, I want the realism. Not having flash on clash doesn't make sense to me. Sure, I'll do it. I have several sabers that don't have it, but I would rather have it. I'd rather have a flash on clash. And when I say flash on clash, I mean a different color, not a flicker, an actual flash of a different color, being white or whatever.
That's why you go back to the Nano Biscotti V4, and it like you can customize the flash. You can put in the RGB values, and that's the color you get on an RGB saber. You get to pick RGB values for the actual color, the main color, and the flash. And it's a simple yet effective board. If they can figure out a way to have a Nano Biscotti V4, maybe have it have instead of 3 customizable sound fonts, you have 4. They can take CFX format sound fonts, but then you can customize the colors any way you see fit, the way we've been talking about, and make that an economical board. But they're never going to do that because specialization doesn't work that way,
Exactly. Let's address. I've been looking at his question for a while, but we haven't really had a good moment to jump to it, and that's Titan Gray. And he said he wants to know our thoughts on if we think Saberforge will have NeoPixel offered for their staffs and crossguards. Now, for the staffs, maybe, possibly. I tend to think that they don't like doing a lot of different configurations because they know it's going to slow them down and make the lead times even longer. For the crossguards, I would say don't hold your breath for that one. I don't think that's something they're going to offer anytime soon, if ever. Because let's face it, they've got this whole thread-in blade system thing, and they're going to want to try to think of a way to apply that to a crossguard. And to be honest with you, do you really want to take thread-in blades and screw that into the 2 small ones and then the 1 big one? I don't know. So I don't think Saberforge will offer NeoPixel for their crossguards. Their staffs, maybe, but they're going to have to come up with a way to have the single board power both blades.
I think they could do it. I mean, like the Golden Harvest V3 does have the options to do it in the if you go through the configurations, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything's going to be able to function with the threaded blade systems, the clones of the on the crossguard, because I mean they're short, they're only about 5 or 6 inches long. You screw them in, you don't really have to worry about things like.
Can you imagine this little thing with the little thread and screw thing on the end? I mean,
that's just it. I mean, it wouldn't be RGB. It would be threaded. It would be a single color LED. But I mean, you can have 3 different color blades. You can go like red, white, and blue. America.
America.
I got me an American saber. I ain't got no saber from no China. Newsflash, yes you do.
Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I'm down to here on this bottle.
Wow.
Uh-oh, they're riding to get you.
That's okay. I got a machine gun. I'll take out my AR-15 and I'm taking them out.
Howitzer. Use your howitzer. So yeah, I knocked out 4 reviews today, and Oh, you just poured yourself a fresh beer. I guess that means cheers.
Yeah. You know, it's 4:00 over here for me. It's like, what time did you go to bed? I went to bed at 6. I was lit.
It's 10 o'clock, yeah. Yeah, I reviewed 4 sabers today, and that was this Incendious. I haven't edited that video yet, but I will soon. I did the Bendu Armory, which I did edit, and that one should be uploading soon. I did this one. We'll see when that one gets edited.
That one's gonna get the most likes.
Probably.
Most views, most likes.
And,
Great.
and I reviewed my Elegant Weapons Padawan Mark IV.
That one's probably gonna get some of the least. It's just like the more eclectic a saber gets.
I actually had a subscriber message me and say, "Hey, when is the Padawan Mark IV review going to be up?" Because he's looking at getting it and he wanted to get.
All right, one guy.
So I told him, "Yeah, I have it up this week." I still need to review. I need to review my my stunt saber Guardian. Yeah. Which this also has smooth swing, but no accents. The pitch changes, but there's no extra regular swing on it.
But that's kind of like that's a unique situation. The stunt sabers that's a unique situation. The guy has his own proprietary soundboard, and that, yeah, I forgive him. I recharged mine today, and I was playing around with my stunt sabers hilt, and it's what have we here.
So yours doesn't have the smooth.
No, mine's a version 1. You have the upgraded version.
Yeah.
It's still a really neat saber, and I've been wondering when you were going to review yours. But
yeah, well, I've been putting it off because I wanted to do a full thing with the software and the computer and how to do each of the steps and stuff. So that's why I've been putting it off. Maybe I should just review the hilt itself and then do a separate video on the customization of the board.
You saw that katana saber from Yvonne Hawk Armory that I showed you the link to?
Yeah, that looks really pretty cool.
That looked really cool.
I wanted to get one, but I said no, don't do it.
The price went up by like $25.
No surprise there. Figures.
And I got my packages from Saberforge, and so I was feeling kind of my need to get like a saber had kind of been met. Now I just want my sabers from Revan Sabers. I've got 2 of them that they're working on. They're working on them forever. I want them. I want them. And it's the precious.
The hobbits.
Yes, the hobbits. They stole the precious.
Do you like that I timestamped your video when you did the?
I did. Yes, what it was.
I had no clue. I couldn't even make out what you were trying to say. It was just hilarious. And Lady Paladin died. She thought it was hilarious. She laughed several times because I played it for her several times, and she laughs every time.
All right. Sometimes I do these things and they just work.
Yeah.
I want to confess something to you. You're going to probably lose a massive amount of respect for me.
Uh-oh.
About a purchase that I made.
Uh-oh. Let me drink first.
All right.
Brace myself.
I actually bought.
Let me guess. You went for an Ultra Pixel, didn't you?
Bite me. Nah.
All right. So tell me, what did you do?
Kind of money. What do you think I am? I just got a 50-cent raise at my job. I don't make that kind of money. No, what I bought was something on sale, steep discount on eBay from Hasbro, half price. I bought an Asajj Ventress saber.
You know, I wish someone did her hilt that wasn't Hasbro, because I like her sabers.
Yeah,
But the Hasbro ones always look so thick and bulky and plastic. And,
but
you
you
know.
know the price was right, and I was just like, whatever, fine. I bought
And I
one.
also think it's cool that because she has the two curves and she makes it into the staff that like an S shape, I always thought that was pretty cool too.
Now, that being said, I have what is it? I have 3 Hasbro Force Effects hilts. I've got the first Kylo Ren. I've got I don't know what Anakin, and I've got Vader's, and I've never been a big fan of them, but I got this thing just because I don't know. I needed something inexpensive, cheap, and kind of interesting, and then
So I have none.
that's fine. You are a lot more fussy than I am. That's right.
Yeah.
I said it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's probably like there's not too many sabers that I'm going to be buying at this point. I figured at like half price. Why the hell not?
There's not a lot out there that's really piquing my interest. I still want the Malicos saber that Dark Wolf sells, but I don't want to pay that price, so I just haven't brought myself to it.
Coming from Revan. I've got a Malicos saber coming from Revan.
But the brass and little hooks and all that stuff, or
they're working on it, but it's just taking a while. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's just the nature of the beast now. Okay, so prime example. I don't know if you were following the comment thread on your video about LGT and Saberforge, and that one guy was saying how he thinks that 3 months wait for Saber or Saberforge is unreasonable, and he's just going to keep sticking with LGT because he can get a saber in a week. And
he hasn't waited for a Saber Trio or a Saber Mock Saber.
Correct. I'm just these guys and again, I feel like the LGT has kind of given unrealistic expectations on how quickly you can get a saber. And he's saying that just because there's a queue, I don't buy that. Made to order sabers shouldn't take 3 months. I'm thinking, well, do you know how many people are ordering a saber with all the different configurations and the minimal staff that these people have? I mean, come on.
You're talking about a critical thinking gap. A lot of people don't think outside of their little tiny bubble of existence. They don't think about the wider picture.
Yeah.
They don't understand that there's probably like 300 to 500 orders coming into Saberforge every week.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to manage their shit. And sometimes, they will have to schedule things and parts won't be available, this won't be available, that won't be available, this person's out sick, that it's just like
well, he mentioned transparency, and he says, well, they're not transparent. And I said, these companies are transparent. They say they list their lead time and they stick to it. In most cases, you get it before the quoted lead time. So what's transparent about that? Like, what's not transparent about that? And I remember when I ordered my Antares from Crimson Dawn, that was on back order. That took me like 2 months before I got that saber.
It's just people need to learn patience, because I mean they look at the situation like somehow they're being slighted. it's like you're not being slighted. You're not being mistreated. You're working within a system that's been established. This is how fast they can produce something. It's that simple. They're not doing it to make your life difficult. That's why I'm not like up Reverend Saber's ass because I know they have a lot of work. It's just one guy.
Should we get Shannon in here? It's been a while since we've. Shannon, are you available? Can we?
I hate that guy. No. He's a jerk. He's such a freaking. He stole my dark saber. Did you see that? Did you see he stole my dark saber? He broke into my facility. He shot 3 of my guys. 3 of my guys. You know how much I paid those guys? Nothing. Yeah, let's get Shannon in here. I love my friend Shannon.
That was a cool video that he did. That was when I watched that. I thought, okay, this is like Gray Paladin level stuff here with how his intro and everything. I love it.
Let's not get crazy here. Gray Paladin is. I mean, it was. Let's just say that it was forged by light level. Okay.
Oh, okay. But it was creative. It was creative. That's what I liked about it. You know, the final product, like even like my production value isn't good, but I like to take an idea and put it out there and make it fun.
Your production value is amazing compared to mine. Are you inviting him? Are you getting him in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him in here.
All right. Shannon, if you don't accept this like invite, then no more sabers for you. That's it. Shut off.
I liked the flyover of the warehouse and everything because that was. That was hilarious.
If you guys knew the reality.
Putting a foundation for your hot tub. Hey, you're not soaking yet. Log in and let's do this.
What?
Yeah, Darth Lifton makes a good point. There are so many LGT resellers that all are selling the same stock. It makes you wonder. It must be a sweatshop over there in China for them to kicking out so much product. All of these cores, all of these hilts. Like, my goodness. Now, let's face it. I'm sure the hilts are probably like on some like assembly machine line or something. But the cores, I mean, you can't just assembly line that stuff. There has to be people who are just, working away at it. But the fact that they kick out so much to all of these different resellers, it's insane to me.
It's a glut. But that being said, that dark saber that I just got, that is a really, really nice saber. I mean, it's really nice. Even though it has a proprietary blade inserted in there, and you can't really put in like a normal blade. For what it is, it did an amazing job on that thing.
But I am.
But I only paid a couple hundred.
I'm curious. So you decided to volunteer and let him raid your warehouse, and you gifted Shannon that dark saber. That's pretty awesome. But I'm assuming it's because you picked up that other one that you felt you just didn't need that one anymore.
Well, the reason why I did it was because I had 2 of those patch store hilts, and Shannon he's designed some.
Let me put my earbuds in because I can't hear y'all. Hold on, give me just a second.
Shannon designed my intros. So he does so much work for me. He sent me so much stuff that I was just like, free.
He gave you a few intros, Scott. You got like 3 or 4 intros from Shannon.
Huh?
You got like 3 or 4 intros from Shannon for your channel.
Shannon has been like
17, but who's counting?
17.
Oh, look.
You know how many times Shannon and I have talked like on the phone for like hours and hours, and I'm just like, and then he gets so sloshed that I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna let you go so you can go pass out. He gets lit. He drunk calls me.
Keystone Light. Okay.
That's a working man's beer.
This mofo was working today.
Haircut.
He's going for quantity over quality right now. He's going for a nice ice cold brew while he's really getting in the dirt.
You got it, man. So what are y'all talking about? Saberforge love?
Now we were talking about you.
We were on the First Harvest Soundboard for quite a while, and then we kind of got into LGT, and then somebody showed up and we started talking about him.
Yeah,
and he's wearing America.
America on the head. Oh, great. So we get to look at this.
I think we lost him. But
has anybody been listening to this music in the background getting horny?
sorry, I lost y'all for a second because I had to turn my data on so I'm using my phone. Sorry. So what?
hey, yeah,
All
the
right.
Arctic Jedi. The Arctic Jedi says, "Is summer out there already?" Where are you again? You're in Tennessee.
Georgia.
North Georgia, right on the line, real close to the line. But dude, it was like 80 something degrees today, but it's supposed to get colder this weekend or like about 3 or 4 days. Yeah, 82. Yeah, no shoveling gravel,
I
And
wish it was 82 here.
laying stones, sifting sand. So
Man,
Dude, it's
so
March.
you got yourself a hot tub, man. That's cool, man.
Show us what you're doing. Show us what you're doing. Come on, man.
well,
Turn the camera
I've been showing you. Look, that's the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Now
great.
look. Yeah, I know, right? You should have come out here. You should have come out here and helped me.
Here's the real
If I come
question.
over there, there's no
Do
one
you
there.
have an actual hot tub coming, or are you just like taking the bed of a truck, a pickup truck, and setting it down?
Well, I'll tell you the story. We were gonna get a real hot tub, like a nice one. And with COVID, it's like, well, what if work shuts down? That's a big payment. So he's like, no. So my in-laws actually got us a real nice blow-up one, like a Coleman or some stuff,
Mm.
and it's big. So we're gonna do that,
Okay.
and then get a big hot tub later. Yeah, it's inflatable.
Okay.
Mhm.
I wanted to get myself one. I think I'm going to get one next year because I really would like to just sit out and soak in a hot tub and chill, And the weather in Belgium's not that great, so usually it'd be kind of nice to sit out there in the cold in a nice hot tub.
Yeah, I was skeptical, but my buddy's got one, and I checked it out. I'm like, dude, this is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you get an expensive one, like they're well made. It's like one of those blow-up pools. It'll probably last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, there is some, like, I would say back in the day, if someone said, yeah, I'm getting a blow-up hot tub, I would have laughed in their face. But now, these blow-up hot tubs are nice, man. And they can even get these little wooden decks going around them and stuff, too. Like, it's legit.
Yeah, I got mine going right off my back porch into my yard. So, and I got a pool over there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Above ground, looking good.
What's
Yeah,
that
I have a big ass.
Is that your pool?
It's a big ass deck up there.
Is that 4 foot or 5 foot deep?
The pool, it's like 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
Yeah. I've had that summit for 10 years.
Yeah. Man, at my mom's house, she had her since I was like a little kid. She's had it for like 30 years, over 30 years. She's had her pool. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to replace the liner, so
yeah.
I got real work in the real world. Ah! So, Emery, what's going on with your Saberforge Redeemer? You gonna install it?
I honestly, I think I'm just gonna sell it as is because Saberforge sent me the form to have it upgraded, but it's gonna be $184. And I thought, well, do I really want to pay $184 for this hilt? I did a review today, and I was originally going to, but they said they can't do RGB. It's got to be single color. So I said, okay, medium blue. And I did a review, and I thought, you know what? The hilt's beautiful. It's a beautiful hilt, but I don't like it. So what's the point of upgrading a hilt that I'm not going to use? So I think I'm just going to sell it as it is.
Yeah.
It's a nice hilt, though.
It's what?
It's a nice hilt, though.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, they're nice. It's a solid hilt.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't do that stupid screw and blade stuff. See, if they didn't do that, they could give you RGB. But I wonder why they don't make an RGB screw and blade. They don't make that.
That's a good question. I don't know, because my thought was that they would, because they can do NeoPixel. So why can't they do an RGB? It's just the little screw in LED. Screw the LED in. What's inside the LED shouldn't matter. You know. Right.
Yeah. You should be able to put 3 in there.
But I told him that I wanted RGB, and it says we can't do it in this hilt. And I'm sitting there thinking, why can't you? Hey, there's Mrs. Light.
Here's the wife and dog. You're Mrs. Light.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Have a look at our handiwork, babes.
It needs to be spent.
Where'd Paradigm go?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I just assumed he went to go get something.
Doggo.
Hello.
Here he comes. Where'd you? Oh, he went. He went off to grab a nice big dinner. There was that 2 hamburgers and some fries.
Paradigm. You looking at the camera? Look.
Hello.
Emery has dubbed her Mrs. Light. He said hello.
Hello.
Yes, Mrs. Light.
This is what?
Mrs. Light. Forged by Light. Mrs. Light.
So we have Lady Paladin. We have Mrs. Light.
What?
Me?
Lady Paladin.
Oh yeah, dance floor.
Mrs. Light.
Well, I'm strictly Jacob from Twilight. I haven't like. I'm. I there's like. No, I just have a BFF. I just have a BFF. No,
Well, BFF Paradigm.
I guess if you want to call her that.
Hey.
Here's the story of some guys not Brady. Oh, a tater tots. Ooh, it's an upgrade from the French fries. It's because you've been drinking. It's because you've been drinking. Because when you drink, you crave fried things.
That is so true. I guess that's why it's bar food.
Yeah. And as soon as you smell it, when you smell it, you have to have it. Even if you're not hungry, you have to have it.
Nachos.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, that's a good
That
one
makes
too.
it mean nachos. I take basically like a huge pan that covers the entire like tray of the oven, and I just load that full of chips, and then I do the meat and the cheese, the whole nine. I just throw it all in there. Jalapenos, you name it.
Jalapenos. I
Yeah.
have the jalapenos.
Mhm.
All right. Salsa. Hot, mild, medium.
For jalapenos?
No, he said salsa.
Oh, salsa. Oh, what
Medium.
do I prefer? Well,
Medium.
I take it all. It depends on my mood.
I like
My
medium.
default is medium. But if I'm feeling a little randy, I go hot.
I'm with you.
Yeah. But mild, what's the point? It's just tomato juice, you know?
Yeah. Tomato juice and cilantro.
Yeah.
about wings?
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Honey barbecue.
Yeah, honey barbecue is good. Now, I don't know if
I've had a wing called Godzilla Breath. I went to one of the times that my
Ooh.
friend and I went to New York. She will like to get the hottest wings that they have on the menu wherever we go. And so I've had some of those, not quite the the wing challenge that you see on videos of the, but I've had some of those wings that would kill a man. Yeah. It
Now,
was really.
I dig spicy food, and I remember. I don't know if you have Buffalo Wild Wings. We call it B-dubs. So I don't know if you have Buffalo Wild Wings in your areas.
Yeah.
But I was on a mission to try every single flavor, and I got all the way to the second most hot. What's the hottest? Atomic, I think it's called, is the hottest one.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, but
we've done the hot.
The one below that, I got up to that point, but it was so hot. Like literally, I ate one wing and I was done.
That's a hot one right there. You only go
I
one.
was burning for like 30 minutes after that one wing. But to me, like, I like hot, but I want flavor. I don't want hot for the sake of hot. It's got to have some flavor.
Mm-hmm. They have this
I touched my tongue on the sauce, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
They have a habanero
Give me a glass of
mango.
milk, I'm done.
Plenty of flavor, but it's like one of the hottest wings that they have there at B-dubs. That's what my friend always gets. She always gets those. I always get something a little bit milder than that, like then some kind of Parmesan garlic.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was about.
And
That's
then
not
we
spicy,
crave.
yeah.
She gives me a couple of the habanero mango ones, and like, and you just like it touches your lip, and your lip goes numb, and then you start eating the thing, and then you realize that your face has gone numb, and that you're sweating, and then you hear your heart palpitating. You check your blood pressure, and you're like, "This is not good. Where's my lisinopril?" And then you start looking for do they have an emergency staff? But good stuff. It's good stuff in moderation.
In moderation, yes.
Yeah. When you go that hot, you better have a glass of milk on hand just in case you die.
That's right. That's right. And if they make you sign a waiver or disclaimer form or something like that, just don't even eat it. Just don't do it. Unless you got good insurance.
That's what I was gonna say. Don't even eat that shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you survive, you can
I have a heart attack.
So, I was up to like 4:30 last night. I just couldn't sleep for some reason, and I saw that Force Effects was having a live stream. So I just watched a good part of that and just jumped on and
Who was?
sent like a Force Effects. He makes font maker.
Okay,
He still has the best General Krell font out there, in my opinion. But I just made a couple comments, say hello and all that stuff, and he said, "Hey, we got to talk soon." I'm thinking like, okay, sure thing. And then I fell asleep. I went to sleep, and then I went back and I checked towards the end of the live stream this morning, and he said that he wanted to have a live stream with me. I thought, okay, that could be interesting. I've only done live streams with you two guys, but the time zone always seems a bit difficult at times. But I like the weekend thing. I like catching you guys in the afternoon, and it's early evening for me. I think that works out really well.
yeah, and he, Forza, he's like one of those. He has his own little clique, like his own group.
The usual
And-
suspects.
And I don't know. He doesn't necessarily he doesn't get the love from the from some of the people that we usually like.
I agree, and I'm not really sure why. I feel like he's a bit of an outsider, but I don't really understand why, because I like what he does. I think he has a good attitude. I think he says, good stuff that the community needs to hear. So I'm not really sure why he's just he's just not part of the clique. Like, I don't feel like I'm part of the clique either. But you know what? But that doesn't bother me. Like, I don't need to be in the clique. I never was, even through high school and everything, all that stuff. I was never the clique type. I try to associate with everyone. If we get along, we get along.
You're in your own clique, Paladin. You're in the clique with me and Paradox.
Yeah.
we're the old guys.
You know, and I'm okay with that. No, I'm good with
Yeah. I mean, they're all my friends. I mean, I consider all of my friends. They've all been really nice to me. So I love all them dudes, but all them younger boys, they hang out all the time online. I just don't have time for it. I mean, I try and watch everybody's stuff. I always have. I always try to watch, comment on most of the stuff, give it a like. There's just so much of it now.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like usually like you, Shannon, and you too, Scott, basically when I'm getting ready to go to work and stuff, like I'm watching your guys' videos when I'm like shaving and stuff in the morning to get ready to go to work. Like that's when I catch your stuff because I'm already staring at the mirror. I put the phone right there in front of the mirror and I'm sitting there shaving and I'm listening and watching your guys' videos. That's my morning.
Heck yeah.
There's certain videos I don't know. There's certain things I can't think of what they are, but like certain things I'm just sort of like, nah, I don't want to see another video on that. I try not to, I try to watch as much like community content as I can, but I'm just kind of like, there's certain sabers that everyone receives, and I'm just kind of like, I don't really care, But.
Yeah, I like watching some of the guys' other stuff. Like I like Zach's video on the Power Ranger stuff. He was super psyched for his Power Ranger stuff.
You did that? You did that video? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's got like this. I guess all the morphers. I think that's what he said they were called. It's got the. It's this little morphing, like the handle that they use, and like the coins are replaceable. He's got all of the original Rangers.
Wow.
I actually collected the original toys, back in the day when the original show was on TV and stuff. But I'll be honest, when people have non-saber related videos, I generally don't watch them. Like when you do action figures and stuff, Scott, I don't watch those videos. Just like when I do installs, you don't watch that. So, it's. But I will say, like, I like your shorts, Shannon. I watch all of those. Like
I try to make them entertaining for everybody.
Yeah, and that's how I am too. Like like it's just lightsaber. Sometimes it may get boring, but I try to make it interesting and put in little clips and do fun intros. And I like your thing with the V2 saber and the warehouse, the flyover. All that was just hilarious to me.
Dude, like I had all those images in my head. I was like, okay, I need to find an aerial shot of like an Amazon. Boom. And then the lightsaber stuff, that's Saberforge's showroom.
Yeah, I remember I recognize that for sure.
That video's old as crap. It was like 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it was old. But I remember it and I was just like, Saberforge showroom, boom, popped right up. And I was like, yes, I need to clip some of that.
The Boba Fett helmet, and oh, dude, it was hilarious.
It's a Death Watch helmet.
You did the thing from Spaceballs.
Spaceballs? Yeah.
Combo.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Yeah, that was good. That was good. The same combination I have in my luggage. Oh man, and I really liked when you did the ultra pixel when you're like, we offer you we grant you the rank of NeoPixel, but we do not offer smooth swing.
What? Look, the other video on that is really fun because I got Elon Musk at the very beginning of it, and it's hilarious. If you've seen that one.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. The Elon Musk thing, it kills me every time I watch it. Every once in a while, I just go, I just need to watch that intro one more time.
Yeah, I wish more people were hip to your stuff, Shannon, because you got good content too.
I'm getting there. Yeah. I'm almost at 800.
Yeah, and what I like most is you don't like have a lot of sabers, but you still put out stuff that's worth watching. and that says something. Like, well, a lot of times we think like, oh man, I need more content. I gotta have another saber, but you don't need a saber to put out good content, which I like.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I try. Look, Blake's got some stuff coming down the pipe. He's been talking to this. He's an LGT reseller. He's got like some old cores, and he was like, "Hey,
I'm an LGT reseller now."
No, not Blake. He met this guy called Deluxe Sabers. My bad. I think I forgot to put that in there. But anyways, yeah. So like he's got this LGT saber now, and it's got like an old core. It only has 3 sound fonts, and I don't think it has smooth swing. And he's like, I love this saber, and I'm like, dude. I'm like, no, no. He wanted to like be a partner. He wanted to be. I know it, but like the hilt's magnificent, and all that. But yeah, I told him that too. But I think he's trying to get Blake to help him sell him his stock, and I'm like, ain't nobody we know gonna buy that.
Yeah.
For one, because it's old tech, and two, it was overpriced. I was like, you need to tell him to drop that price, try to get rid of that stock, and get a better core if you want to be a company.
Yeah.
And it seems like dude's on the up and up. He sent Blake a free saber. He was like, "Here, I want you to test this out in battle. It's a baselit." I said, don't pay for nothing.
Right? Yeah.
But he said,
but I will not say no
with your Vectra, with something a piece of shit LGT, and it was just like one smack and your blade breaks, and then like another smack and like your Vectra cracks in half, and you're like, I'm done.
Oh, dude, don't even hex me like that.
He's the wrecker. He's the wrecker.
Yeah, I gotta say,
I know he is.
I send my Reaver in for repair. It won't power on. Like it's got juice, it boots up, but I press the button and nothing. And I'm sad because I've had more issues with that saber than any other saber ever in my collection. But I love it so much, and Saber True is good to me. I just don't like fucking waiting for that stuff.
Emery, just do
right.
it. You gotta just send that shit in, man. That thing's been broken forever. I keep hearing you whining about it.
Well, no, I already contacted them. No, they already contacted me. I contacted them, and they replied to me, so I have to send it back. I just have it, but we did all this, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. We talked about it, so yeah, it was Thursday. So I need to send it back Monday because I have to get like a small box and ship it and all that stuff. So I'm gonna do that on Monday.
That reminds me of Shannon's video about the Pico Crumble. Shannon's Pico Crumble video. Because I've got four saber trios that got the Pico Crumble. I got my Reaver, I got 2 Arclights, and my Skylark. Those all have Pico Crumble. They're quite lovely. You're freaking lovely.
I'm really trying not to drop like all kinds of stuff.
3 of them are freaking evil, and 1 is not evil.
Scotty don't.
Scotty does know.
Scotty don't.
Scotty does. Scotty does. Scotty does. That's it. You're all freaking out of the club.
Are you kidding? I'm too evil now?
No, you're not evil enough. You're like the margarine of evil. You're the Diet Dr. Coke of evil.
Dude, that's a pretty good Dr. Evil.
Lights. You're evil lights.
Oh, that's much better. Now I can see y'all. It was so bright out there I couldn't see.
Hey, everybody, look at Gray Paladin just sitting there like getting ready to.
No, I'm reading a comment on one of my videos, and this guy commented and says, "Man, you need to go for some saber training because it's really bad."
No! Oh, I got
I
that
got it.
one. It's like, oh,
Let's bring it out here.
no. So hard.
Well, I don't want you to start it right now. Just leave it right there. I'll get it.
How would you say that
Okay.
shit? Oh.
Don't put it in there right now. I got it.
Hold on. Let's see. Did I get one too? Something to okay. Comments.
It's on my Maz Saber review because I opened the intro was me doing a Saber demo, but like whatever. Like
oh, look
do
at
you
these
think
guys.
do Like, do you think I care?
Why would you do that? Why would you write to someone that unless you're a complete piece of shit?
He has one subscriber, and of course, he's subscribed to like all these.
Does he need the thrashing? We're ready.
I once got a comment. It was just like, you think for a guy that owns so many sabers, you should be a lot better at swinging them.
Yeah, I
spinning
remember.
them,
I remember
like
seeing a
that.
guy say that.
First of all, as far as I'm concerned, your ability to spin a saber means jack shit. Because I actually have some sword training, and spinning a saber works great against imaginary laser bolts. But like, if all you can do is be over 40 miles an hour, then that's really not like, unless you're like Michelle B. Smith, where occasionally she'll be doing all her spins and doing all the like flow stuff, and it's just kind of like, it's really cool. But then
again, none of that stuff makes any sense because an actual sword person would not do any of that stuff.
The blade, the hilt of the saber should never leave your hand. It should always be like in your hand at the ready, like you're in combat. It's just like freaking some martial art, whatever. Sorry guys, I went off on a little bit of a haters gonna hate. That's right, yo. They always will. They always will.
Right.
I'm not the greatest spender, but I always try to import some parry looks, some blocks, to make it look kind of realistic,
You're like way better at like
flashes.
Saber staff than I am. I can't do shit with a saber staff.
Yeah.
I just like some of these TikToker people. Like I feel like you could just stand there and like let them wear themselves out and then just go in like that and then stab them to death.
It's like Batman when that guy's like, and Batman just stands there and goes,
yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not like if that's your thing. If you like to spin the saber at like and see how fast you can go. I mean, like unless you're, I mean, I can't do it. So it's not me hating on you because I can't do it. It's just because I don't practice it because there's no practical applications to it. But if that's your shtick, then that's fine. I don't have to watch. I can change the channel.
My big thing is, do you swing to look good or do you swing to make contact? And there's two kinds of, well, actually three schools of saber combat, in my opinion. There's flourishes and looking good. There's trying to hit the blade, or there's trying to hit the person. And ideally for me, I want to try to hit the person, and that person should try to block my shot, my attack from hitting them. And that's
the martial combat with a bladed weapon work is supposed to be. It's like you're going for certain vital areas. With a katana, it's like this, or it's this, or it's like it's or a headshot, or just like you want to injure your opponent with a strike, and then follow it up with like probably the killing blow. I mean, like an actual fight would it would usually be like you strike like this, you come out like this, and then you do the killing blow. It's not like, but then again, we're not Jedi. We are not force sensitive people that like know what's coming next. That's the whole point of the fighting in Star Wars, is that these people know what each one's going to do. They're just trying to outdo each other. Well,
and all the flourishes, because let's face it, when you're force sensitive, you have the ability to see a little bit into the future. So all the flourishes are supposed to distract them from seeing what's coming next, so that way they can't anticipate, the next move. So you do all this Obi-Wan bullshit to try to cloud their vision of the future or what could come to pass. Yeah, it makes sense when you put it in the Star Wars lore.
And of course, we realize that these are just like, plastic, lightsabers and aluminum hilts, and that we're not expecting to fight for our lives or getting into combat with that. But if like, say, you do have an actual live sword in your hand or a huge bladed weapon or something like that, then I mean, the likelihood of that happening is slim, and that's a good thing. Remember, like, democratic, peaceful situations, we like that. We would like to maintain that in the world, so like we don't have to actually do this. But in the meantime, I'm practicing to be ready. Other people have their guns. Me, I just happen to have a bunch of swords around here. I have actual swords. I know how to use them.
When it comes to saber stuff, like I think about body points and fencing. Like I'm not trying to be Darth Maul, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and all these extra. I'm not thinking that. So when you watch me do it, say like my moves are very limited because I'm thinking about body strikes, and it's very limited because you know what? There's only a few points of contact that I can hit you with. So
I'll let you in on my secret. Whenever I'm doing a video, I'm always imagining Shannon standing right in front of me. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hit him in the head, and then hit him in the head, and then hit him in the head, and then I want to hit him in the head again, and I just want to, when he's on the ground, just beat him to death. And it works for me. It really does. I mean, like he's trying to block and everything, but he's too busy peeing his pants in fear. And
Oh hell no! What you talking about? I faced the saber breaker on countless times.
Did not say that at all. You did not say that.
Oh yes, I'm saying it, and you're hearing it, my friend.
Someday we will find out.
Yeah,
it's like
we must make this happen.
I'm gonna find my crappiest sabers. I'm gonna bring them because I know I'm gonna end up fighting against Kodak, and whatever I bring is gonna end up broken. He actually has some moves. I mean, they're like deliberately designed not to injure you, but they do injure the sabers, and that is disarming your opponent. That's the way the element of martial combat.
Yeah, Blake has a background. Blake has a background in some sword play. He knows how to do some stuff. He didn't always put forth maximum effort though. But like when he gets ready to throw down, it can put some energy into it. What are you drinking there, pal?
It's the last of my Waterloo that I just finished. It's a Belgian triple blonde from a brewery called Waterloo, and I actually brew this at Waterloo, which is the fall of, the decisive defeat of Napoleon in the War of 1815. I can't remember. But yeah,
that's cool.
So let me go ahead and pop this up now.
It's made out of actual Napoleon urine.
Why is it gotta be urine?
What? Scott, I need you to showcase one of your katana video, please. Okay. I could. No one's gonna watch that video except you, because anybody.
I'll watch it.
Sorry, Arcade.
I'll watch it. Use the.
He never likes to pull out sabers when he's challenged.
I'll watch it. Paradigm. Use the intro with the sword.
What did you say?
I said I'd watch it. Your sword video. Do it. Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to Emery. Relax. Don't pay attention to Emery. Don't pay attention to Emery. He's trying to invoke the dark side.
Emery doesn't. He's so fussy about picky. Like,
really?
With a sword. I'm not going to watch that.
Oh,
gonna be the video. I'm
really?
gonna watch. I'm gonna watch. The hell was that?
I love it.
This
I
guy
love it.
right here.
Where was I? Oh yes. Oh, he's not gonna watch that. No, that's not something I'm interested in.
You know what, Scott? This is too
Ooh, he's
easy.
thinking.
So, what's up, Shannon? We just muted his dumb ass. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, my friend. Paradigm, I can't hear you. What? Oh, he's on Twitter.
Oh.
He's on Twitter, canceling us both. La 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 la. You singing the Smurfs? Are you singing the Smurfs intro, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling Smurfy right now. Are you feeling Smurfy?
Well,
Didn't you
and
see
Paladin's
when-
Gargamel?
Didn't you see when Emery smurfed me? It was like I was smurfing him and then smurfing back. If you don't,
One of y'all got to be Gargamel. One of y'all got to be Gargamel, man. You can't both
When
be
you're
Smurfs.
unruly, this is what happens. Eat your burger. Oh, it's probably already over.
It's done. It's been done for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I hope
Before
you
watch it.
brought tots
I've been
for
done.
everyone. Of course
You're
you
here.
didn't bring tots for everyone.
He's in Georgia, and you're European. You're Euro trash.
Hey, wow.
Whoa, bro.
I am
Settle
in a
down.
country where
Settle
French
down,
fries
Paradigm.
were invented, okay.
You really did invoke the dark side in him.
They invented French fries in Belgium. Thank you very much. And they're very good.
I'm sorry, Emery. You're overseas, and you're protecting us. You're protecting American interests by playing the horns.
I'm trying. I am trying. I actually last Thursday I didn't actually play. I was conducting. I had a performance in the NATO headquarters that I was conducting, and it was very fun. Yeah.
Show me your conducting.
And the ambassador to Turkey was there and thanked us for our performance.
Wow.
Show me your conducting technique.
Really? Let
Show
me
me
pull out my
your-
baton first.
Oh, he's getting the baton, bro. He's getting the baton. We're in trouble.
Hey man, I'm into this.
Got that thing in a blade?
Oh, you actually have one. Oh, dude,
Now,
seriously,
if
man.
you're ready
that's
for this, I
awesome.
can give it to you.
Dun,
Crescendo.
dun, 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 dun.
That's nice. That's really cool. I can't believe you actually have your own baton and everything. That's
Oh
like
yeah,
really cool.
I have three actually.
Not
I have
for the
three.
shit. They're awesome. See, I'm bougie. I like the symphony. Occasionally, I like to watch the symphony.
I also have drumsticks.
Uh-oh. You got a drum set? Yeah. Do you have a drum set?
But I can play
Or
one
do you
at work.
just... Oh, okay.
I was going down there.
Yeah, part of my music degree, I had to take a percussion class and learn all that stuff. So
Sorry.
Music degree. I have a design degree. I don't do any design. I just print stuff.
you designed a very lovely dinner.
Actually, I didn't. That was made for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just walked away and then came back with like 2 burgers and tots. So like someone,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was going to tell you that you do design every episode of Darth Paradigm's Illuminated Blades. So don't sell yourself short.
Design.
True.
Nice.
Including
You do?
including the ones in your car.
A design of the mind. Oh, yeah, the old school unboxing.
Oh God, you want me to go
In the-
back to that?
in the-
format?
in the post office parking lot.
Reveals. They were reveals.
That's just like now, occasionally I'll be driving along and I'll be talking to myself, muttering to myself, about like everything going on around me, and then I'll start using voices, and I'm like, and then I'll start recording myself just in case some of that's useful. Never is. You know how I like to do voices, right? Right.
You should definitely do some stuff like that, man. Put the
I
voice
do.
track over a cool scene that you can
The
just,
more- The more I do
Do
of
it.
that in like my videos, the more like dislikes I get. I mean, it's weird. Like, some people are like, "Hey man, that was really cool."
Why are you looking at your dislikes?
You totally you sound like Mark Hamill. That was like awesome. Dislike for like every.
Saber doesn't need spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does voices.
Saber doesn't need spot. Yeah, she.
Man, that's pretty good, man. It's a pretty good Yoda.
Oh, well, thank you, Rogers. There were more people earlier, but maybe it's dinner
I know
time
what-
or something. I don't know. They're clocking.
I know what it is. Blue Mamba's, I think he's doing his first live stream tonight, and Zach is on it, and Sims Nerd is on it, and somebody else, I think it started at 4:30. They're talking about the Batman movie. They all went and saw it, I guess. Talking
Oh,
spoilers in the
Oh,
Batman,
yeah.
the new Batman movie. So I bet everybody's over there watching that shit. I can't watch it though. I haven't watched the Batman yet, so I'm not even gonna go over there. I don't want to be spoiled.
Like the
try-
Pattinson
I'm a-
Batman.
Yeah.
When I heard they cast
They all-
Batman, I'm like, what? No.
They all say it's good. Like I've seen a lot of people say it's good. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see it myself before I judge it. So
Yeah, it's all
Hammer,
good,
you can't
But
write
yeah,
off- you
honestly, I
can't
wasn't even
write
paying
off.
attention to how many people were
Gotta
watching.
give it a
Like,
shot.
Again, like we said before, like I'm not part of the clique. We just do our thing.
well, I mean, anybody who wants to go
Yeah,
watch it, they'll just watch
weird
it
how,
after
like-
the live is over.
Exactly. It's up and available.
What Paradigm?
Maybe I'll,
Here's
yeah,
the thing.
maybe I change up the music here. How about that?
Guy Bjork. What is love?
I could swing a saber to that.
Yeah, there you go. How about this?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Get my drumstick.
Yeah. They're missing out. This is a full blown party.
Right?
we got music. We got
lights.
Dark Paladin's freaking intro. Scaring us. We got Paradigm eating hamburgers and shit. We got me building stuff outside. I mean, shit. This is a fully loaded
Eating
stream, bro.
hamburgers and shit.
Everything's. We got the bases covered. Like
Yeah.
we've all been drinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the difference. Here is the difference between what we're doing and what like Zach and his crew does. We're drinking. Those guys are.
That's true.
They're token. They're, whatever you want to call it, whatever the cool kids call it these days. But they're doing it a little different, and it has a different vibe, different flavor. It's kind of like it's kind of like they're having hot dogs, we're having hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you compare like libations to to smoking or whatever you want to call it, it's two completely different animals, and it's just two completely different ways of like ruining your lives and killing yourself slowly.
Yeah, we all have our vices, right?
Each has its own je ne sais quoi, its
Yeah.
own
As je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
I like those live streams though; they're fun.
Yeah, so this dumbass,
especially when you got some characters in there.
This dumbass
Another
says,
dumbass comment?
You need to go for some saber training because it's really bad. I said, man, you need to go for some people skills because it's really bad. These people that comment, like really? How are you going to comment on someone when you can't even put your stuff out there? Like, if you don't have the guts to come out there and do something, then shut up. Like when Darth raged, like he was talking about some people were like, giving him crap on his channel, and Rage was like, okay, great, come on the live stream with me, let's talk about it. And of course, they never take his invitation because they're all cowards.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I was really good.
Yeah. He probably gets it a whole lot too because he puts out so many shorts. He has several videos with like a whole bunch of views. You're just getting random people in the algorithm. And that's on my shorts. That's usually who's been talking some dumb shit on my shit.
Yeah.
I usually just comment something smart up back and then I block them. I'm like, bye. See ya. Deuces, bro.
Yeah.
Done.
The way I view it is, you have people, they're out there deliberately looking for someone to troll, someone to be cruel to. And they find their victim and then they post whatever they're going to say. And it gives them some kind of like sadistic pleasure, some kind of meaning in their really, really sad existence. None of us like have the time or the energy to, or we would never have the wherewithal to go and do anything like that. I don't seek these people. If like I see something I don't like, I just don't watch it. If I, there's a lot of things that I see that I don't really care for. I just change the channel. I go somewhere else. If I really do feel compelled to write something, often I'll just like write something and then I'll just delete it and I won't even post it. To have someone that's just that miserable and that sad, that's willing to actually hit the send button and send you that comment, they're really not like worth even addressing. I just write basically, I mark them as harassing me and I block them and I never have to deal with them again. Because like if I get into a verbal discussion with that person, if they use circular logic and they just it just becomes a shouting match. And there's one thing I just cannot stand, it's a shouting match. I don't like arguing with people. Like, you're convinced of your point. I've got my point. I think my point's rooted in logic and reason, and I'm willing to de-escalate the situation and respect you and just say, okay, let's just walk away and and I'll try to find
Yeah, that's not me though. I fuel my arguments by logic and reason too. And when I see that you don't have any, then I will make sure that you understand and see the logic or the error in your ways. These people, actually, it was in Force Effects, The Usual Suspects live stream last night. It was Dark Wolf had really said it well, and he said, when you have trolls or people really criticizing what you do, that's when you know you're doing something good and you're successful. When people start commenting and saying, what you're doing wrong, that means you're probably doing something right. There's trolls everywhere. And when you have a troll, that means that you're doing something that's getting attention,
Yeah,
And
that's
I remember
definitely
when I-
true.
Yeah, I remember when I first got started, and I had a troll who was like really negative on like commenting on my stuff to a point where I just says, you know what, I'm done with this guy, and I blocked him. And then magically, after I blocked this guy, all of my videos had one dislike, and I knew it was that guy. I knew it was that guy every single time. And it got to a point where I made a comment. I just said, you know what, there's going to be trolls out there, and you know what, I don't care because your dislike doesn't matter. You're still watching my video, which helps me and my statistics and all my stats and all that and everything else, which also tells me that you're still subscribed, or else you wouldn't catch all of my videos. So dislike all you want. Dislike all you want. You're still helping me out. And shortly after I said that, I stopped getting a dislike. But trolls don't bother me, because for that one or two people that say something negative, you've got 50 whatever 200 likes and a bunch of 1,000 some views, so whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's fun though. Like you see somebody put down something stupid, and you do it one time. Put something smart aleck back, whatever, trash them or whatever you want to do, and then it's like no more. Even if they respond before you block them, it's like no, just don't even fool with it no more. Just move on to the next thing. It's not even, it's not worth your time.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, peace. Yeah, say a little comment, block them, done.
Yeah.
I said my part. I get the last word. Whatever.
Especially if their little picture is something stupid.
Right.
It's like what is your picture? Yeah, why are you even talking to me?
Face? Like, come on. I'm putting myself out there. You see me. What about you? If you're gonna sit there and hide behind some anime picture or whatever, and then type your little comment, whatever, get out of here. Don't care.
And there's always grammatical errors and spelling errors. Like the guy on that commented on mine about Saberforge, he didn't know there, and there. And I'm just, it's kind of like, come on. And it was like the error was repeated throughout the post. But then conversely, I get comments to my videos and people ask me questions, and I really, really like answering the question. But when I have no idea what you were, let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. I don't want to risk ruining my stream. My computer's acting a little bit funky. But they asked me a question about the soundboard with the thing, and if it would work with like a real blade, and I was just like, I wrote back and I said, I really have no idea what. Can you elaborate? Can you use the words that you used were not constructed in a way to convey whatever the thought was in your head, and you did not use the language effectively. Like, I had someone literally ask me the other day, they said, they asked me a question, and then they said, I don't speak English. And I'm like,
well, hell, can't they translate it?
I speak English. I'm going to respond to you in English, and what do you want me to do? What? Okay. If you tell me what language you're speaking, I can put it into a translator and send it to you. You speak Hasidic Klingon? Okay, there you go. Boom. There you go. You got Hasidic.
They should be able to translate it themselves. You would think.
Yeah, but that wasn't the.
Yeah, I know that's not the point, but yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but. Do you still get first-time saber buyers asking you questions, Paradigm?
What do you think I should get?
Yeah, I get
don't
that.
know. What do you like? What do you want? Like, I'm not you.
and then the person's like, I've got a budget of $600 to $800, and I'm like, Saber Trio. What company should I go to? What should be my first saber? I can only buy one saber, and then they do that thing where it's just like, buy once, cry once, or whatever it is. And I'm just like, if you're buying one saber, I mean, in my opinion, just like fuck it. If you got like $600 to $800, just get yourself that one saber trio and just end it. You know, because that's all you're gonna need, right? If you want a dual, get baselit. If you want something bougie, just get a NeoPixel. Like, you know, it's the easiest choice to make. Like
anymore, I mean, NeoPixel isn't even bougie anymore. Like,
well, it's
to be qualified as bougie is like
Custom install.
chambers and accent LEDs and blinkies and all this other stuff and OLED screens and Bluetooth. That's bougie. Like NeoPixel, like LGT has made NeoPixel basically like standard. you know, it's not bougie.
A bougie saber is like when your wife asks you if you made that reservation to the restaurant for your anniversary, and you go, "Oh yeah, my saber took care of it."
Uh-oh, not good.
The saber took care of the reservations and got us a really good table. Yeah, I don't know, and the saber knows the maitre d'. Got us in.
I've gotten comments in other languages too before, to a point where I'm like, okay. And for some odd reason, when I'm on my phone, I can't just like copy, paste, and put it in Google Translate to know what they're saying. I have to go on my computer, and then I can copy, paste it, Google Translate it, and understand what they're saying. So some of them I respond to, and others I just don't even bother. I'm like, clearly, you know, I'm not speaking Chinese, Mandarin, Spanish, whatever, because you watched the video and I'm speaking English. So I don't know what you expect me to do or respond when you comment in another language. I'm not saying it's bad or wrong. I'm just saying don't expect a lot from me. I do what I can. I try to Google Translate it, and sometimes I type in English, Google Translate it to their language, and then I comment in their language. I know it's going to be broken and not correct because it's Google Translate, but at least I try, you know.
Have you ever, like, I'll post a short occasionally, and I did the one where like, this is my flashlight, and I'm like, oh, for some reason people liked it. They're like traveling around the house, my lightsaber is my flashlight, and one guy has to write, like, succinctly, he just wrote nerd. Like,
yeah, I get that in shorts. Yeah.
Oh man, you got me good. Oh like, yeah.
Okay.
I almost always put, when they put I'm a nerd, I'll be like, yeah, get in your mom's basement, keyboard warrior. Block. That's
like,
it.
Wow. Like, wow, you really hit me where it hurts. You're stating the obvious. You call
like,
me
no shit.
But you're accusing me of doing something that I already have done and that I enjoy doing. So how is it like, wow, you really hit me where it hurts.
It's like, bro, I'm the king of the nerds. You will be beheaded.
Not to mention, you're calling me a nerd, but you're the idiot who watched it. So I'm going to quote Obi-Wan here. Who's more the fool or the fool who follows him? You're calling me a nerd, but you watched it. So
yeah, exactly. You know what? I got money for you calling me a nerd.
Right.
Charge you.
Tell you what we're going to do. Why don't you come? I'll give you my address. You come to my house, and you can tell me what you want to say face to face. It won't come to blows. Maybe we'll go out and we'll have beers afterward. You know, whatever. It's like, why would, like, is there a need? Yes, for some people, there's a psychological need to do this. And well,
what are you looking at?
I mean,
that might not be a door you want to open. Inviting somebody to your house. The channel, yeah, invite to the channel. Maybe not your house. That's probably not good.
No, obviously
you might get a whack job. I know, I'm just messing with you.
The point is this is never something that someone's gonna say to your face in public. They're not gonna walk up to you. And it's not like I'm walking around in public with a lightsaber. Even I don't do that. And, you know, someone just walks up to you, like, you know, I'll wear a shirt like this. And they go, nerd.
Right. In France.
And
I hung around for a while. It's awesome.
You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I've gotten for this shirt? no one's ever called me a nerd. I've probably received a minimum like top 20 compliments for this shirt. Because you know what? Most people out there don't give a shit what you're into. If they like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't say anything. You're just an insecure little miserable little bitch.
There's a lot of those.
No, go
There's
fuck
a
yourself.
lot of those out there.
You want to off yourself? That's fine. Do it.
A lot.
Do it.
Do it.
Whoops. What just? Okay.
You just showcased yourself.
Yeah, I don't know how. I thought I was typing something. I was trying to type this.
Do it.
Do it.
You did well.
You know what? I think I might actually send this thing off to get installed.
What is that?
The Prodigy.
Installed by who?
I don't know.
Saberforge?
No.
You'll put a. What's in it right now?
What do you mean you don't know? I might send this off to get installed, but who? I don't know.
What? What's in it right
Send all
now?
the way to Belgium.
Is that an
Old
old veteran
veteran.
tier? Oh, okay. Send it to Paladin.
I like that saber. Here's a problem.
I do
though.
too.
If he sends it off to me, he's not getting it back. But I'm dead serious. I want that saber.
Mine.
This thing is like totally like weathered to hell too. It's just like beat to hell, but I don't care. This is kind of funny because this one I don't even put a blade in it. It's just I like to hold this one, and not even. It's just fun. It's nice. I sent it to like. I've been getting comments from Chicken Walker sabers.
Chicken Walker? Chicken Walker sabers? What?
Chicken Walker.
What is that?
The saber.
Never heard of it.
Calls.
He was on Force Effects live stream last night. Well, commenting.
Never heard.
Chicken Walker. Yeah.
I've
First episode.
I've heard of him before. I don't know. Give me a deal.
I
It's
should have
like,
went with my
I go-
instinct on this one, and rather than get the mystery box, I should have just went with the Prodigy veteran tier, so I got the first harvest, and I would have been done with it. But no, I had to go for the stupid redeemer with legacy.
Yeah, you go.
How
on
many
an
of those hilts do you think they had?
You had to go on.
How many of
There's
those-
usually a lot that him and I both got the same one.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, how many of those hilts do you actually think they had? Like
What's
100?
crazy is it was the
300?
Mark III.
What the hell are you talking about down there?
The hilts,
one.
brother. You got the how many Saberforge? How many hilts do you think Saberforge had? Because you both got the
Bunch.
same ones in the mystery box.
I don't have
You
to
think they had a
divulge
shitload
how
of them?
much I have. I don't tell you what my inventory is.
How
Okay.
dare ye? How dare ye, Admiral? Admiral Paradigm, you're going to the brig, homie.
You gotta send Ike over to like infiltrate my facility.
Dude, me and him are plotting on
say
your Saber Trio
facility?
collection. So, what?
You
Did I say that out loud?
You can't even get through the security system.
Already did once.
Did you now? I got,
Well, I mean, I might have had some help, but I mean, I wouldn't get divulged. Agent Fulcrum.
you
What?
have a minimum of 20 minutes of complete time where you don't even know what was going on. That's when you were chipped right in the noggin. Yeah, that's it. Just say the wrong thing. I got the app right here. I push the button.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Who thought about whose idea was this? To
I
break
thought-
this guy?
I thought maybe he was sending a damn secret assassin to kill me. Hell, I didn't know. I was just on the lookout.
He might. You never know.
For all you know, that could have been a false facility that was completely established for people like you that think that you know.
Well, what
Is
I
that
want to
just-
know
is
who's-
that just-
what I
is
wanna
that where
know
you
is
just hold
who's
your-
working for you, because there are a lot of cars
Well,
at
I
that
keep
facility.
all my junk. I don't keep
That's-
any.
it
Did you
was
see any of the good
actually-
stuff there?
Yeah. No, the cars are actually like the duck blind. It's like there's nobody in there but like that one dude that I took out with the combination. That's it.
It's only a cover. It's a deception. It's,
Yeah.
it's like Patton's
And he's
third
got all
element.
the
It's a
all the
deception.
goodies are in the underground bunker. I still don't know where that's at, but I'm looking hard.
If you were in my legitimate facility, you would notice
Hi.
immediately that all of my guards are beautiful young women. And
shit.
they're all,
Maybe I should find that place then.
if you want to. I mean, if you think the Black Widows are bad,
Oh God, I'm in trouble.
oh, yeah.
I'm being
Red
murdered.
Sparrows. See that movie, Red
Amateur.
Sparrow, with Jennifer
Amateur.
Lawrence? It's a good one.
What?
Did you see Red
What?
Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Please put that on your list, because I think you will enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, fellas,
It's basically kind of like where they got the concept of the whole Black Widows thing, I think.
yeah,
Shannon?
fellas, I have got to hop off here. It's about dinner time at my house. So
You know what? It's getting there too. It's going on 11:30 for me, and this
I
puts
ran
us
out
at
of
2.5
beer.
hours. So there's only 2 people watching at this point. So it's probably a good
That's
time to go ahead and call it.
it's the 2 best people in the world, whoever you are.
Thanks for watching. And you know what? I've actually got another little outro here. Yeah, I'm digging this whole StreamYard thing. This is fun.
Yeah.
But we're still live.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
still alive.
Well, let's all say
You
goodnight
gotta-
and I'll hit it again.
You got to click it, then you got to click it again. It's like, are you sure? So
Okay, well, this has been fun.
goodbye. Goodbye, 2 people.
All righty, good night, everybody.
Bye. Bye.